Well, it's interesting, Swain, because because these aren't 501c3s, because these are all private entities not affiliated formally with the university, they don't have to disclose earnings or revenue or anything like that. So, I mean, the way that it's been described to me, and which I also think it's really interesting that the deeper we get into this NIL world, initially it was kind of like all of the collectives were kind of being secretive with each other. But as everyone has continued to have to fundraise and feel like you're fundraising against other collectives, I think everyone is looking at each other almost like that Spider-Man meme. You know, everybody's pointing at each other.
Yeah.
It feels like everybody's got a gun and they're just like, everybody wants to put their guns down, but you can't be the first to do it, right? Like you can't say, we're going to stop paying players at this rate and hopefully you follow, because you can't be the one that moves first. Everyone has to collectively do it. So I think what's happened is you're starting to have more of a free flowing sharing of information among collectives, because they're all kind of tired of having to fundraise at this pace. Long way to get to the answer of your question. The way it was described to me is that there's probably about a dozen or so collectives in the country that are outpacing everybody. And then there's a group of about 30 that are all kind of right in the same ballpark. And then there's the have-nots. LSU's in that 30, not in the top dozen, 15 or so, but that next tier where it's all kind of ambiguous. That's where LSU resides right now. But I think the bigger question isn't necessarily how much you raise, it's how you allocate your funds. For example, everyone's super impressed with Ole Miss. And you should be. Ole Miss and LSU have raised just about the same amount of money. The gigantic difference is Ole Miss is allocating nearly 100% of their resources to the transfer portal. They are not paying high school athletes. They are paying only players out of the portal, which is why they're crushing it out of the portal. Also probably why Quinshon Judkins left. So I think that's maybe the bigger thing is how you're seeing resources allocated. Year one, LSU's collective gave everybody on the team the same amount of money. Year two, under Brian Kelly, I should say. Year two, this past year, it was more merit-based. And I think you're continuing to see that evolution.